The Third Dynasty of ancient Egypt, beginning around 2686 BCE, marked the start of the Old Kingdom. Djoser, the first prominent pharaoh of this dynasty, established political stability and centralized control, setting the stage for future pyramid building. One of the dynasty's most significant achievements was the construction of the step pyramid at Saqqara, designed by Djoser's vizier, Imhotep. This pyramid, the first large-scale stone building in history, represented a major leap in architectural innovation with its unique stepped structure. The construction of the step pyramid required advanced engineering skills and a well-organized workforce, laying the groundwork for future pyramid projects. Under Djoser's rule, Egypt experienced economic prosperity due to effective resource management, improved agricultural practices, surplus production, and expanded trade routes. These factors ensured the availability of materials and labor for state projects. Djoser's reign also saw significant religious and cultural developments. The step pyramid complex included temples and ceremonial structures that emphasized the importance of the afterlife and the divine status of the pharaoh. This period further centralized power, with pharaohs exercising greater control over their territories through an efficient administrative system and a loyal bureaucracy. Military expeditions conducted by pharaohs like Djoser and Sekhemkhet secured and expanded Egypt's borders, protecting trade routes and ensuring the kingdom's security. Advancements in medicine and science were notable, particularly under Imhotep, who made significant contributions to medical knowledge and practices. Artistic and cultural activities flourished, with artisans creating intricate jewelry, pottery, and sculptures, reflecting the high level of craftsmanship. The artistic style developed during this period laid the foundation for the distinct Egyptian art of subsequent dynasties. The achievements of the Third Dynasty, particularly in architecture and administration, had a lasting impact on Egyptian civilization, influencing later periods and contributing to the continued prosperity of the Old Kingdom. In the year 2686 BCE, a pivotal shift began in ancient Egypt, marking the rise of the Third Dynasty. The desert sands shimmered under the relentless sun as Djoser ascended to the throne, becoming the first prominent pharaoh of this new era. Djoser was a visionary leader whose reign would herald a period of unprecedented political stability and centralized control. With his keen mind and strategic acumen, he laid the foundational bricks for what would become known as the Old Kingdom. Djoser's reign is most often celebrated for the construction of the step pyramid at Saqqara, a marvel of ancient engineering and a precursor to the monumental pyramids of Giza. The pyramid served not just as his tomb but as a demonstration of the centralized power and divine kingship that his rule epitomized. Djoser's trusted architect, Imhotep, played an instrumental role in designing this architectural feat. Imhotep's genius extended beyond architecture. He was also a physician, priest, and a sage whose wisdom resonated through the halls of the pharaoh's court. Under Djoser's leadership, Egypt saw the consolidation of regions into a more cohesive state, which reduced internal strife and allowed the pharaoh to exert greater control over his realm. He implemented reforms to strengthen governance, improve agricultural output through irrigation projects, and streamline resource distribution. This period of stability allowed for more organized and systematic workforce mobilization, which was crucial for the large-scale construction projects that characterized the Old Kingdom. Trade flourished under Djoser's reign, establishing economic ties with neighboring regions and enhancing Egypt's wealth and influence. The prosperity of his rule provided the resources needed for artistic and architectural advancements, leaving a lasting legacy that would echo through millennia. The ascendancy of Djoser and the establishment of the Third Dynasty were more than just a change in leadership. They were a transformative era that set the stage for Egypt's golden age of pyramid building. His name, etched in stone and history, symbolizes the dawn of a new epoch where divine kingship and centralized power would reign supreme, laying the groundwork for the grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization that continues to captivate the world today. In the heart of the Egyptian desert, under the watchful gaze of the sun god Ra, Pharaoh Djoser envisioned a legacy that would defy the sands of time. Among the many monumental achievements of his reign, one stood out as a beacon of innovation and ambition: the step pyramid at Saqqara. This marvel was not just a tomb, it was a bold declaration of the grandeur that defined the Third Dynasty. Determined to push the boundaries of what was possible, Djoser turned to his brilliant vizier, Imhotep. Imhotep was not merely a man of administration, he was a polymath, revered as a physician, priest, and architect. His mind teemed with ideas that fused practicality with the divine. Under Djoser's commission, Imhotep embarked on an endeavor that would change the course of architectural history. The step pyramid was a radical departure from the traditional mastabis rectangular structures that served as tombs for the elite. Imhotep's vision was revolutionary. He proposed stacking 6 mastabas, each decreasing in size, to create a step structure. This ambitious design required more than just imaginative thinking, it demanded precise engineering and an unyielding will. As the sun rose and set over the desert, hundreds of laborers toiled ceaselessly, their efforts guided by Imhotep's meticulous plans. The construction process was an orchestration of human ingenuity and raw power. Massive limestone blocks were quarried, transported, and meticulously placed. It was the first large-scale stone building project in history, and it required innovations in both logistics and construction techniques. The result was nothing short of awe-inspiring. Standing at approximately 62 meters, the step pyramid dominated the landscape, its unique form capturing the light in a cascade of shadows and shines. The step pyramid of Djoser stands as a testament to the remarkable engineering capabilities of ancient Egypt. Constructed around 2670 BCE, this pyramid is considered one of the earliest large-scale cut stone constructions. Its creation required not only advanced engineering skills but also a highly organized and skilled workforce. The pyramid, rising to a height of 62 meters, was an unprecedented architectural feat for its time. Architect Imhotep, who is credited with its design, revolutionized the construction techniques that would become the foundation for future pyramid building endeavors. One of the significant advancements during this period was the ability to quarry massive stone blocks. Workers extracted limestone and sandstone from nearby quarries using copper tools and wooden wedges. Once quarried, these immense blocks had to be transported to the construction site. This process involved laborious efforts, including dragging the stones on sledges across carefully prepared roads or water channels. Moving these blocks showcased the ingenuity and hard work of the ancient laborers. Assembling the stone blocks into the pyramid structure demanded precision and careful planning. Workers had to ensure that each stone was accurately positioned to maintain the pyramid's stability and shape. The use of inclined ramps allowed them to transport blocks to higher levels as construction progressed. These ramps were built at gradual inclines and extended as the pyramid rose, demonstrating an understanding of both engineering and physics. The workforce was divided into teams, each responsible for different aspects of the construction. Supervisors coordinated tasks, ensuring that efforts were streamlined and resources efficiently used. Under the rule of Pharaoh Djoser, Egypt entered an era of unparalleled economic prosperity. Known for his ambitious architectural projects, Djoser ensured that the administration under his reign effectively managed resources crucial for these endeavors. One of the cornerstones of this prosperity was the significant advancement in agricultural practices. Techniques such as crop rotation and the utilization of the fertile floodplains of the Nile brought about a surplus in production, guaranteeing food security for the population. This surplus not only fed the people but also facilitated the allocation of resources towards large-scale construction projects, the most notable of which was the step pyramid at Saqqara. The first of its kind, it stood as a testament to both the architectural ingenuity of the era and the efficient use of resources. Materials like limestone and labor forces were readily available, thanks to the streamlined agricultural output and effective resource management. Moreover, Djoser's administration expanded Egypt's trade routes, reaching far beyond its borders. Trade expeditions brought in exotic goods, rare minerals, and new technologies, which were then integrated into Egyptian society, further fueling the economy. This expanded trade network not only diversified the economy but also ensured that materials necessary for ambitious projects were always within reach. Thus, labor, food, and materials were effectively managed and allocated, driving the successful completion of state projects. Pharaoh Djoser's reign exemplified the importance of resource management in achieving economic prosperity. By balancing agricultural efficiency, diligent administration, and expanded trade, he laid the foundations for what would be remembered as one of the most prosperous periods in ancient Egyptian history. Djoser's reign marked a significant period of religious and cultural advancements in ancient Egypt. Known for being the second king of Egypt's Third Dynasty, Djoser is most famous for his step pyramid at Saqqara, designed by the visionary architect Imhotep. This pyramid complex was more than just a royal tomb. It symbolized the profound connection between the pharaoh, the gods, and the people. The pyramid, rising in 6 steps, represented the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife and his divine status. Surrounding the step pyramid were various temples and ceremonial structures that underscored the importance of spiritual life and the religious duties of the king. These structures hosted rituals and offerings to the gods, reaffirming the belief that the pharaoh acted as an intermediary between the gods and his subjects. The monumental architecture of Djoser's reign set a precedent for future kings, illustrating the pharaoh's role in maintaining cosmic order and divine favor through grandiose construction projects. The combination of innovative design and religious significance found in the step pyramid complex exemplifies how architecture was used to convey power, piety, and eternal life. Djoser's contributions during his reign left an indelible mark on Egyptian civilization, establishing a legacy of grandeur and spirituality that influenced generations to come. The Third Dynasty marked a pivotal era in ancient Egypt's history, with pharaohs like Djoser and Sekhemkhet at the forefront of centralizing power. As the dynastic power became more centralized, pharaohs exercised greater control over their territories, culminating in a more efficient and cohesive state. This centralization was facilitated by the establishment of an efficient administrative system and a loyal bureaucracy, which ensured the implementation of royal decrees and the collection of taxes. Djoser, the first king of the Third Dynasty, set the tone for centralized rule with significant administrative reforms. He commissioned the construction of the step pyramid at Saqqara under the guidance of his architect Imhotep. This monumental project not only showcased the pharaoh's divine authority but also served as a testament to the competence of the centralized state apparatus in mobilizing resources and labor. His successor, Sekhemkhet, continued Djoser's policies, further strengthening the central administration. Like his predecessor, Sekhemkhet focused on monumental architecture, commissioning his own pyramid, although it remained unfinished. Nevertheless, the mere initiation of such grand projects indicated a well-organized state capable of executing ambitious plans. The administrative system was buttressed by a loyal bureaucracy comprising scribes, officials, and regional governors, all of whom were accountable to the pharaoh. These bureaucrats played a crucial role in maintaining order, collecting taxes, and ensuring that the pharaoh's directives reached every corner of the kingdom. This system of governance allowed the pharaohs to maintain a firm grip on power, quelling potential uprisings and ensuring a steady flow of resources to the central treasury. The loyalty of the bureaucracy was likely maintained through a combination of rewards and a strong sense of duty to the divine ruler, who was considered a living god on earth. The centralization of power during the Third Dynasty laid the groundwork for the future stability and prosperity of ancient Egypt. By consolidating authority and streamlining governance, pharaohs like Djoser and Sekhemkhet set a precedent for their successors, ensuring the continued dominance of the pharaonic state for centuries to come. During the reigns of pharaohs Djoser and Sekhemkhet of Egypt's Third Dynasty, military expeditions were a central feature of their rule. These campaigns were not merely for the sake of conquest but were essential in securing and expanding the borders of Egypt. Ensuring the safety and prosperity of the kingdom necessitated robust actions to protect trade routes and maintain the stability of the realm. Pharaoh Djoser, renowned for commissioning the step pyramid at Saqqara, also recognized the critical importance of military might. Under his leadership, expeditions were launched to defend against incursions and assert control over surrounding territories. These actions provided a buffer zone that safeguarded Egypt from potential threats. Sekhemkhet, Djoser's successor, continued these military strategies. He understood that the economic lifeblood of the kingdom, particularly the trade routes that brought precious commodities such as gold, incense, and exotic goods, needed to be vigorously protected. Sekhemkhet's reign might have been brief, but it was marked by unwavering attention to military prowess and border security. The success of these military campaigns bolstered the pharaoh's authority, not simply as divine rulers but as capable protectors and expanders of the Egyptian state. The projection of power beyond the Nile Valley served to integrate distant regions into the Egyptian domain, creating a more secure and prosperous kingdom. By securing Egypt's frontiers and ensuring the smooth flow of trade, these rulers laid the groundwork for economic and political stability that would endure for generations. Both Djoser and Sekhemkhet left a lasting legacy that underscored the synergy between military expeditions and the territorial expansion essential for the survival and prosperity of ancient Egypt. In the ancient sands of Egypt, under the reign of Pharaoh Djoser, a golden age of medicine and science began to unfurl. At the heart of this revolution was Imhotep, Djoser's trusted vizier, a man whose intellect and wisdom would transcend time. Imhotep, born a commoner, would rise to the highest echelons of Egyptian society, becoming one of the most influential figures in history. His contributions to medicine were nothing short of extraordinary. Imhotep's studies laid the groundwork for early forms of surgery, pharmacology, and anatomical research. Rather than relying on mysticism, he approached ailments with a logical and empirical mindset, a revolutionary idea for his time. Imhotep meticulously documented diseases, their symptoms, and potential treatments, creating manuscripts that would inform medical practice for centuries. One of his notable achievements was the development of early surgical techniques. Imhotep practiced rudimentary forms of surgery, employing primitive tools made from materials such as bronze and obsidian. Under his guidance, Egyptian physicians performed procedures such as wound stitching, the draining of abscesses, and even some forms of dental surgery. Beyond surgery, Imhotep's contributions to pharmacology were groundbreaking. He experimented with various plants, herbs, and minerals, developing early prescriptions for treating illnesses. These potions and salves were precursors to modern medicine, combining ingredients in a systematic manner to optimize their healing properties. Imhotep's anatomical studies were equally pioneering. He dissected cadavers to understand the human body better, mapping out organs and their functions. This was a bold move in an era where such practices were often considered taboo. During the reign of Pharaoh Djoser in the Third Dynasty of ancient Egypt, artistic and cultural activities flourished to an unprecedented degree. Pharaoh Djoser, often celebrated for his ambitious architectural projects, notably the step pyramid at Saqqara, also presided over a period where artistry and craftsmanship reached new heights. Artisans of this era created intricate pieces of jewelry made of gold, silver, and semi-precious stones. They fashioned these ornate items with meticulous detail, ensuring they not only served as personal adornments but also as symbols of status and power. Pottery, too, saw significant advancements. Skilled potters crafted vessels of various shapes and sizes, some for everyday use, others for ceremonial purposes. These pots often featured decorative elements that highlighted the artisan's ability to blend function with beauty. Sculptures from this period exhibit a level of realism that was groundbreaking for its time. Stoneworkers produced statues and reliefs with intricate details that captured the likenesses of both people and deities. The artistic style that emerged during the Third Dynasty set the stage for the distinct Egyptian art that would continue to evolve in subsequent dynasties. This era was indeed a cornerstone for the rich cultural heritage that ancient Egypt is renowned for today. The works produced by Third Dynasty artisans were not just expressions of beauty, but also depictions of the religious and social values that shaped Egyptian society. Through their art, these craftsmen immortalized the beliefs, achievements, and aspirations of a civilization that would influence countless generations to come. The Third Dynasty of ancient Egypt marked a transformative period in the country's history, and its pharaohs, particularly Djoser and Sekhemkhet, played pivotal roles in this evolution. The achievements from this era, especially in architecture and administrative governance, left an indelible mark on subsequent periods of Egyptian civilization. Pharaoh Djoser is often celebrated for commissioning the step pyramid at Saqqara, the first of its kind. This innovation was orchestrated by his brilliant vizier, Imhotep, an architect and polymath highly regarded as one of history's earliest geniuses. Imhotep's design was not only a monumental leap in architectural techniques but also introduced the concept of using stone rather than mud bricks, setting a precedent for future constructions. Djoser's step pyramid complex extended beyond the pyramid itself, encompassing courtyards, shrines, and temples, which demonstrated a sophisticated understanding of both function and form in urban planning. Similarly, his successor Sekhemkhet continued the architectural tradition by attempting to build an even grander pyramid, although unfinished. Sekhemkhet's incomplete pyramid showcased advancements in construction techniques and further solidified the Third Dynasty's reputation as a period of architectural experimentation and achievements. Beyond their physical structures, Djoser and Sekhemkhet strengthened the centralized administration, establishing efficient bureaucratic systems that would allow Egypt to manage resources, labor, and trade effectively. This enhanced governance laid the groundwork for the prosperity that characterized the Old Kingdom, often referred to as the Age of the Pyramids. The principles of administration and resource management developed during the Third Dynasty permitted subsequent pharaohs to undertake monumental projects, such as the construction of the Great Pyramids at Giza during the Fourth Dynasty. The architectural techniques pioneered during Djoser's reign not only influenced the construction of these grand structures but also reverberated through Egyptian architectural practices for millennia. Thus, the Third Dynasty left a legacy that was not confined to stone and mortar but extended into the realms of political and social organization, setting a standard that would influence Egyptian civilization for centuries to come.